Should games be balanced around competitive play? It's a conversation I hear a lot. Competitive players find this character, this gun, this mechanic too powerful and call for it to be changed or removed. And while I think they have the best intentions in mind, I think generally they're wrong. Now, don't get me wrong, competitive players can and do know when something is too powerful. Most of the time, if something is too powerful, they're the first to feel it. Minecraft Steve from Smash Ultimate is a great example of this. When he was added to the game, he was the best character, and as far as I'm aware, still is. His moveset is oppressive, his tools are really good, and his ability to build blocks on the stage gives him almost complete stage control. It's understandable to see why competitive players didn't like him, and a lot of them called for him to be changed or even outright banned. Smash is a game notorious for being balanced solely around casual play, but most of the time when competitive players call for something to be changed, they're wrong. See, competitive players aren't playing the same game as you or I. No, competitive players are playing a hyper-optimized version of whatever game you're playing. Whether it be Marvel Rivals, Valorant, or Smash Brothers, competitive play is not the same as casual, which is why certain tools at competitive level play feel so oppressive. For example, back when I used to play Valorant, the judge was being constantly targeted by competitive players for being too powerful. And while yes, at competitive level play, it might be too powerful, in casual play, that generally wasn't the case. It's a shotgun, so its use case is very specific. It's good at close quarters combat, meaning tight spaces and turning corners, but used at long range, and it's pretty useless. And for 90% of players, that's the case. But in hyper-optimized competitive play, that tool can feel extremely oppressive. Players just need to close the gap between their opponent in order to get a free kill, pretty much. And if this tool was nerfed, it would lose its situational usefulness. But if everything in these games was designed around this hyper-optimized form of play, well, everything would play the same. Good balance is hard to get in a game, but a lot of people seem to think that good balance means everything's even. But that's not true. Everything being equally as good as everything else is bad balance, because then there's no reason to use everything else. A game being balanced around being completely fair, whether it be competitively or even casually, isn't fun. Good balance should have specific tools or characters or abilities that are useful in specific situations, making for more dynamic gameplay and more exciting games. Not everything should be completely equal.